So I saw that there was some interest in some of the story grid stuff, which I completely understand because I recently was told about it and it's really helped me. So I thought I would do just a brief example showing how I've specifically used it and how you can just briefly analyze a story using the concept of genre in the story grid. So, story grid has this thing that's called the genre five leaf clover, but for what is most useful, I'd say it's this leaf. And more specifically, these top genres are going to be more of like your commercial genres. These are more literary and character driven. So you can end up having like two genres. You can end up having a genre and a subgenre. Um, I'll probably go into those more some other time, but what you can do is you can just Google secrets of the blank genre. So they'll have one on they have one on thriller, they have one on society, and you can kind of just go in and learn what the genre is about. So, like, they have all this stuff, and then if you scroll down enough, they have obligatory scenes. So I just thought I'd go through and show you how these obligatory scenes can be really useful. So I went through and analyzed Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. And I picked the last one because it's the one that conforms most to the thriller genre. Because the other ones are a series, so the endings get kind of messed up. Sometimes the inciting crimes get a little messed up too, because, you know, sometimes it's just going off of what the previous book was in. But yeah. So in this book, there's some inciting crimes indicative of a master villain. Like the first chapter, a Hogwarts school teacher gets murdered. There's a lot of collateral damage as Harry tries to escape. There's this point of no return. So they have this wedding that they go to, and then Death Eaters attacked, and they're forced into hiding. So there's just no going back. With the with the initial strategy to outmaneuvering the antagonist failing, I'd say there's actually like several different points. Like maybe the first one is that their hideout's found, and so they're forced to hiding in the woods. They don't even have a house anymore. Ron eventually leaves. Voldemort finds the Elder Wand. So the protagonist is discovering and understanding the antagonist's object of desire. So Harry finds out about the Deathly Hallows, and there's this whole thing about, do I go after the Hallows, which include the most powerful wand that is in existence, or do I go after Voldemort's Horcruxes that are just pieces of himself that they all need to be taken care of if they're going to kill Voldemort. So I think the story kind of combines the protagonist becoming the victim with the hero at the mercy of the villain. So, because, like, Harry is just killed by Voldemort. And then, you know, Harry thought that Voldemort couldn't be defeated because of the Elder Wand, and then he thinks, only if I die can he be defeated. And then false ending. The typical one is that the antagonist rebounds to challenge the protagonist again, but there's kind of an innovation here because Harry died, so he is actually the one who rebounds to challenge the antagonist again. So yeah, that's just kind of a brief thing of how you can go through these things and then like see how other people have done things. And sorry. Yeah, seeing how other people have done things, and then you can kind of bullet point these things out for yourself. Sometimes, like, if you have, for example, the love subplot is the most common. So, what I did in my book that I'm writing is I kind of combined society with a love subplot. So, like, all the obligatory scenes that were in the love subplot are kind of embedded um in the main story, and then it's also got a worldview change. So I just made bullet points for all three of those plots and then kind of mashed them together. But yeah, anyway, that gives you hopefully a little bit of an idea of how the story grid can be useful.